Welcome to Comics, Comics, and Pizza. Today we'll be reviewing Green Lantern issue 20.
Chew, issue 34.
And this is the end. Okay, and welcome to Comics, Comics, and Pizza. First up, we have the final issue, in my opinion, of Green Lantern. The end of the Jeff Johns run. A very, very epic story. I believe 74 pages. So really it's like 3 issues. Real quick, giving it 5 stars out of 5, so you know. 5 stars. Amazing. A brilliant end to an amazing run from a great writer. What do you think?
I definitely agree. 5 stars. I would give it 6.
If you could.
If I could. Definitely everything I wanted to see in what I would consider a good end point for the Green Lantern series. Even though, supposedly, I guess
Apparently it keeps going.
Somebody's still writing Green Lantern.
Yeah. Now,
I don't know.
if you haven't been reading Green Lantern...
First of all, why?
That's a
And
very good point.
second of all, read it.
Read it. And also, if you don't want to get into the whole read the last, 50 books he's been writing, this is a good point, issue 21, to jump on. If you want to jump on and see what happens in Green Lantern. And honestly, it's the real New 52 of Green Lantern.
Finally.
Before New 52, everyone got rebooted except Green Lantern. It just continued, really. Now it's rebooted. So you can check that out. Now it comes to details of the book. Almost too much happened, I can say right now. I might as well review the whole entire run of Green Lantern. But in a nutshell, Jeff Johns really wraps up every character. To the point where I think he actually put himself or other writers in a corner where it's hard to continue their story because we know how their lives end, really. We see what happens to them when they're old. We see everyone's... Even Sinestro, we know now, becomes eventually a Green Lantern again, and kind of like the storyteller. In a way, Sinestro narrated this entire story in some ways, kind of. And, yeah. Too much to go over, basically. We're trying to keep it shorter now for the videos. But just know, everyone gets what they want / deserve in the story. It really sums up everything you can think of. And it does not disappoint whatsoever. And it really makes you feel every emotion. There's even parts in this book from Sinestro of all characters that actually really touches me with things he says. What do you think? Same.
Same thing.
Same.
If I had to say something negative about this book, I would say that there's probably too much going on. I know since this is the last issue that Jeff Johns was going to write, that he wanted to finish all of his stories, since basically this has been his child for the last 10 years, and he's done so much to create the Green Lantern universe, and he really brings everything back to center.
Full circle.
Yeah, full circle. Everything is completed. All the stories are, finally connected to this one super issue, 70 pages, and 74. It's 74 pages, and it's 74 pages. It's a lot. I mean, you could see he wasn't really ready to finish, and I feel like, I love it, absolutely 100%, 6 stars out of 5, but I do feel like he maybe had
They can't see your hands.
3 or 4 more issues to write.
Because this is really 3 issues. At the
it
least.
really is 3 issues. But
it's also $7.99, so
totally worth it.
So yeah, absolutely. It's
totally worth it.
Absolutely worth it. I'm just warning you. It's not a regular $3.99 book that DC puts out, or $2.99, but really for good books, $3.99. So, sum it all up, great book. Absolutely love it. If you haven't been reading Green Lantern, do not buy this because you won't know what's going on at all. Yeah. Buy the next issue, issue 21, where all this new creative team comes up.
Or buy all the trades.
Yes, if you want to go backwards, start with Green Lantern Rebirth.
It.
Yes, absolutely
Best
worth it.
Green Lantern story.
Go to your local library, they might have it.
Probably.
Be very good. Start with Green Lantern Rebirth, and if you want to find out everything else, look up online. Someone's talking about it, if not everybody.
everyone should be talking
Everyone
about
should
it.
be talking about it.
It's amazing.
So that's Green Lantern, issue 20 by Jeff Johns. The end, the final. It's backwards on here, but it's good. Okay, now, next up.
Chew, issue 34.
A little nice cut-up issue.
Yeah, they've done this weird thing with this issue where they give you 3 covers.
I guess
For
they
some
expect you to
reason.
cut it, which I don't think anyone would cut their comics, but if they want to.
I don't cut my comics, so I'm not going to do that.
Or
but
yourself. Don't cut comics or yourself. The 2 things you shouldn't cut.
Yeah.
Now, animals.
Cut in line if you can,
With
right?
the animals.
So, since Chew is from Image and
Image Comics by
it's by John Layman
John
and
Layman.
Rob Guillory. Is that how you say that?
Rob Guillory, the artist of Chew, I assume.
Very great series. I got into this earlier this year at a convention, and there was a sale, so I bought all of the books. There are 6 out right now. And they're fabulous. I sat down and read all of them in one night.
It's a very quick read, but not like it's not well written or anything. But it is a very fast paced in the story. It doesn't feel long when you're reading it, and they're not very thick. The actual books, they're average
They're nice,
size,
and they go quick because they're amazing.
Very
and you'll
interesting.
love it, and it's like you're not even reading.
It's a good balance of humor
Fabulous.
and action, and a little disgusting, but in a fun. It's so funny that when it's disgusting, that it's not disturbing disgusting, but just
It
comedy.
is a little disgusting, and I will
For
explain
women.
why. For anybody,
For
if you
women.
have soft stomachs.
more.
Our protagonist here, Tony Chu, is what they call a sebopath. And that means whatever he eats, he will know psychically the past of that, which also includes people. So when he finds a dead body, he's part of the FDA, which in this universe is like one of the highest authorities in the government. So when he solves murders or he's investigating crimes, he can bite people and eat their blood or whatever is around,
or drink it,
or
unless it's
poop.
coagulated.
or whatever he has to eat. He will know the last thing that person or animal has done, and he'll know who made the soup and if it really has chicken in it, or
Yes, chicken is a big deal in this story.
chicken is a big deal.
Chicken, after a giant chicken disease outbreak, chicken's now outlawed. Hence, the FDA is the biggest crime fighting organization in the world,
Yeah.
because they're making sure no one eats chicken anymore. So that's the general story of Chew. Now, when we get to Chew, issue 34, it's really about Tony finding the man who killed his sister, a man named the Vampire, who collects powers that other food-related people have, or
Yes.
people that have food-related powers.
This vampire is also a sebopathic,
Yes.
and he can take the powers of other paths
Yeah.
and
Because there's about, particularly in this
use
issue, we find in one issue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10 different powers that people have. And I will say, in this particular issue, it gets a little ridiculous.
a little over the top.
Yeah, which I'm used to in this book, but for some reason this one didn't really rub me the right way. Because there's one character, a senator,
The
his-
craziest one.
the crazy
so
one,
far.
yeah, easily. His head becomes anything he eats.
We can show a picture of that.
Yeah. So he ate a
He's got
burger,
a hamburger head,
hamburger head.
and a
later a pie.
apple
head.
pie head.
So,
Should I show the chicken face?
sure, show him the chicken face.
And we'll see.
Later, he eats chicken. A senator eating chicken.
They catch him eating chicken, so of course his head turns into
Now,
a chicken.
I
leg.
will say this is actually the most ridiculous this book has gotten so far.
Yeah.
It isn't usually this ridiculous. It's a little more.
It's a little
It's
less
lighthearted.
ridiculous.
A little less ridiculous,
than
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
That was a lot for me.
super spy, crime fighting rooster.
Yes, Pollo
Um,
is a great character that if you read the comic book,
He's
you will
also
grow
in
to
the book.
love, named Pollo.
Yeah,
But for this
great.
particular issue, issue 34, I give it 2.5.
I would say like 3 stars. Compared to the other books, it's not one of the best. But it's good. It's neutral.
It's neutral.
Good.
It's a good continuation.
Right in the middle. Good.
Okay, now we're going to review the movie This Is the End. This is a Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, James Franco, Dan McBride. I'm forgetting the skinny guy's name. Jay something.
Yeah.
They always call him Jay in the movie, so I don't remember his name. The skinny kid from Tropic Thunder. Anyway, we saw a movie last night at a special screening, exclusive, and it was pretty good. It was very funny. It's what you expect from those kind of guys and those kind of movies. If you like Seth Rogen movies, you'll think this is hilarious. If you like Superbad and stuff like that, it was a very funny movie. There's no point in the movie I thought this is stupid or getting too stupid. If you think you have high standards of humor, then
probably don't watch this movie.
There's dick jokes. There's
There's a lot of dick jokes.
There's a few.
There's more than there should be.
There's quite a bit.
I've seen more penises in this movie than I've seen in any other movie.
Any other movie.
Any other movie.
It's like a porno.
Yeah.
There wasn't that many dicks.
More penises than a pornography.
Her review. More penises than a pornography.
More than there should be
Not that
in
bad.
an apocalypse movie.
Not that bad. But in the movie, it is Seth Rogen and his friend Jay seeing each other and going to a party at James Franco's house. And then the world ends, naturally. And it was done very well. Surprisingly, very good special effects in the movie.
Yeah, really good.
It was a fun movie. Nothing, like, no real complaints about it. I mean, it just depends. It really depends on what your humor is. If your humor isn't dick jokes and
rape jokes,
then there's one scene with rape jokes.
There are more. There are more rape jokes.
There's one scene
in any other.
But
it's a little disturbing. But
it's not that disturbing.
It's really funny. It's a really funny.
It's very funny if you're not a prude, and I'm not saying I am.
He's calling me a prude.
Yes, I am. And a lot of drug humor, which I'm sure you expect from a Seth Rogen movie. And you can tell
I wasn't surprised by that, but
you can tell all these guys in real life are friends. They kind of just want to have fun and make a movie together, and it works. It works really well. Do you think it's worth renting or worth actually going to the theater and seeing?
I think for the epic scale of the special effects, watch it in the movie.
Watch it in the theater.
If you don't like any of his other movies and you're not into that kind of humor, you can watch it on HBO.
Yeah,
or
wait and see if you like it there.
really don't even care, Netflix,
or
don't watch it.
Don't watch it at all.
That's fine too. You don't have to watch it.
Yes. So, final review. Now, why I give this movie stars, I have to say, in the terms of a comedy movie, not a movie. So, in terms of comedy movie,
I would say probably like 4 or 5 stars.
3.5. I'm very indecisive today. I'm gonna go 3.5.
I was laughing in the theater.
Oh no, I was too.
Out loud. It was good.
I was loud. Yeah, 4 stars. I'll go 4 stars.
All right.
For comedy wise, I will go 4 stars.
I agree with 4 stars.
I agree. You swayed me to 4 stars. So yes, 4 stars for This Is the End. Worth seeing in the theater if you like that kind of humor. If you have that kind of humor of drug humor and anything basically Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill do. If you're into those kind of movies, then you should know what you're in for. Okay, so that's it. That is our show. If there's any comic books you want us to review,
let us know.
Please.
We'll gladly read them and review them.
Or we'll ignore you.
And
we could ignore you.
Them.
It's very possible. But we might not, because we like our fans. The more viewers, please send this video to all your friends that like comic books. Even your friends that don't like comic books, and go, what is this? And maybe they'll like comic books because of our video. It's very possible. It happens. Never.
Or they'll just think we're crazy.
Or they'll go crazy and be like, mixed couples, no. If you send it to people in the South, they'll be very against this.
Send it to people.
Don't send it to people in Mississippi and Texas. That's the only thing. All right? Good. See you guys next time on Comics, and
Pizza!